It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got Breece Hall. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Jets and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Jets coming into play, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Ready! Hurry! Hurry!
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. He finds Corey Davis. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A dump down to McKinnon. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Jets at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited. Not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot. C-O-O-T.
I'll look that up later. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll set up a throw. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Let's go. Ready?
Here's a give to Hall, and he'll get about 4 there as he takes him from the 10 down to the 6.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now when you start to lean on that running game, that's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
One more time with Hall. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. They've gotten into the 4 on this opening drive, and now they face a 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by D.J. Reed. And the Jets will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught right side, Davis. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. A handoff for Hall. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw right side. Wilson And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
This is Hall. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Wilson on the jet sweep. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They'll try to run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and you mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This one is caught. It's Moore. Down the left sideline. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Sky Moore. 58 yards. And the Chiefs are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah, what's that? Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now they got the touchdown. It's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And check down complete to Hall. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. He'll drop to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Hey, continue. Set, cut.
They'll run. It's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
On the set. Go, 17. Good set. Touch, man. Let's go. Go set.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Screen play. McKinnon. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down. Now back to throw. They will find Davis on the left side, complete. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 5. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
3rd and short, McKinnon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Ready, break.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They run once more with McKinnon, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Here we go.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. B.R.E.D with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. KC's offense ready to take over. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. That's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now here's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ross. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets take it over again. B.R.E.D making his way out with the offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Green, ultra, go up, check, hit, set.
They'll run here with Hall. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the slant, he's got Davis. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. He'll try and throw for it here. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Okay, right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Smash.
He'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
physical coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
Check right. Steal. Check steal.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. The solid stiff arm. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go now. Right, 97.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit to prevent him from making another catch to his big start.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on comes the field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sky Moore with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. B.R.E.D helped leading out this offense for another series. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On play action, they'll throw. Wilson's got it on the crossing route.
Let's go. Go set.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Ready?
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They need him only about the length of the football here on second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprising face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion
percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Yeah, boy, that hole closed quickly, and I don't think McKinnon got there. Going for it with McKinnon. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. That's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Charles, a new NFL record, 67 yards. There has never been one converted from that distance until this very moment. Unbelievable. Congratulations to him.
And partner, there's no way you or I woke up today thinking, hey, we might see a 67-yard field goal made, let alone attempted. Congratulations. Great job. And remember, it all starts getting that kick away, because often it starts low. Usually that's when it can be tipped. Not in this case, a new NFL record.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the 2nd quarter. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Teddy Bridgewater, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jets. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this halftime lead. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Chris Jones on the stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Hall on a give up the middle. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 15.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there. Making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Travis Kelce. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. On second down, a run with Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
He finds Wilson, and they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Now Hall, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Ready?
This is Wilson on the jet sweep. And he's got some space here. 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. He will push his way down to about the 14. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one caught by Davis. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. B.R.E.D taking it in for 2 yards out. And the Jets have answered back with a 3rd-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
On for the extra point is Folk. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here comes Kansas City. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better. One side can step up and assert its will over the other. Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times for passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
When you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the cheap linemen might have moved. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs them up 5. First and 15. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Edwards-Helaire, and he coughed it up, and the Jets have recovered. Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
Well, the Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. An even 100 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Now Folk for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there. It's an easy way to make it up to you. Get out there now and get some first drive.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over this offense, and Garrett Wilson headed back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. He'll drop to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. Into the hands of Smith-Schuster on the crossing pattern. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. From the 36, Mahomes. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker, making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Open man here is Conklin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Here we go. Here we go.
2nd and 6. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Here's a give to Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, that last run for a first down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
Here we go.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
A handoff for Hall. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Hall again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
Folk's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get... to about the 22. And Kansas City's offense now set ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here into the hands of Moore. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And just a yard to go here on second down. Mahomes going to throw. No hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mahomes now on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Again, he finds Moore. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Mahomes to throw it. It's Kelsey on the ground. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Here's Mahomes. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
Second down, McKinnon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Jets, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.